Hello all and welcome to video classes by Konnur Institutes. Today we will be discussing the third condition. I hope you have revised what we have learned in the previous class, which was the condition 1 and the condition 2, right? So condition 1 was stating us that the price should be equal to the marginal cost, right? So wherein we have seen how we have proved it right? And in the second condition we have seen that the marginal cost must not be non-decreasing at the point Q naught, right? So today we will be discussing the third condition, wherein in this third condition we have two cases. One is this case wherein the price should be greater than or equal to average variable cost. This condition is in the short run, okay? And in the third condition we have a second case wherein price should be greater than or equal to average cost. This is in the long run. So this case we will understand later. First we will just understand what this price should be greater than average variable cost in the short run, okay? So when we are talking about the firm, how and what level of output is going to make a profit, or at what level of output it is going to fetch its profit, we want to understand that. So if we want to understand that, then the firm has to pass these three conditions. Then we will come to know that this is the level of output at which the firm is going to make its profit. So first two conditions we have understood well. Now the third condition talks about the price. Price means here the market price should be greater than or equal to the average variable cost. So when we are talking about the short run, so short run, it has two costs, right? So when we are talking about the total cost, okay, which is the TC, this total cost is made up of fixed cost plus the variable cost, right? So fixed cost, we have already talked about this fixed cost. What is this fixed cost? Is even if you are going to prepare, even if you produce or not produce, you are going to face this fixed cost. And this variable cost depends on, it varies, right? So it varies according to the level of output. So now we are talking about this variable cost, because fixed cost is always fixed. So that's the reason we are not talking about the fixed cost here. So we are concentrating more on the average variable cost. So what the third condition, the first case talks is the price should be greater than or equal to the average variable cost. Let's understand what it is telling here in the graph. So this is P, wherein it talks about the price, market price. So this Q1 is the quantity, okay? This curves, you can see that this is this short-run marginal cost, curve. This is average variable cost and this is short-run average cost, okay? So now, what is the total revenue? If you understand this total revenue equation, it is nothing but the price into the quantity. Yes? So now, what is this price in this graph? Price is nothing but the OP. Okay? So height, vertical height, which is OP, into the horizontal width, which is OQ1. So when we are talking about this height and the width, we are talking about the area of rectangle, right? We are talking about the area of rectangle. So this is the area of rectangle we are talking about. So which is OPAQ1. So this is the area wherein this is our total revenue. Okay? So E is the point wherein it is incurring its cost. Okay, so this is the variable cost. So here you can see that the line variable cost is touching at the point P. Okay, so now I want to understand whether the firm is making profit or not. because this is our total revenue. Now I need to understand the total cost, right? Because here the cost is here at the point B, from the point E, right? So now I need to understand the total cost. So what is this total cost? Total cost is nothing but the fixed cost plus the variable cost. So now we are not talking about this fixed cost now. Okay? So I'll erase this. I want to understand the total area of the total cost. So it's again nothing but the price into quantity. Yes? So what is the price here? It's nothing but the OE, right? Here now it is OE into OQ1. So it's again here it is the height and the width. So now we are talking about this entire rectangular, which is our total cost. So that becomes OE BQ1. Understood? This, if you remove this is our total revenue. If you add this part, it becomes our total cost, because here we are considering our variable cost. So this entire rectangular becomes our total cost. Now we need to understand whether the company is making us the profit or not. So when you deduct the, how do we get the profit? Profit is equal to TR minus TC, right? So we have already got the rectangular area of the total revenue, which was OPAQ1 minus TC, we have OEBQ1. So this equation gives us the profit, right? But if you consider, or if you see at the size of the rectangular, this is larger. This is larger and this is smaller. So you can see when the total revenue is less and the total cost is more, then what you are incurring here, you are incurring loss, not the profit. So this condition is not satisfying. So what is that condition? If a company wants to make a profits, if it wants to earn a profit after certain level of output, then the price, the market price should be greater or equal to the average variable cost. But if you consider this graph, here you can see that the market price itself is the lower than the average variable cost. You can see here, right? So the average variable cost is at point B and the market price is at point A. So if you deduct, you are not going to make profits, because this extra rectangular, which is PEBA, this is the cost which is making extra for the company, right? So that's the reason here you have to deduct the total revenue, then minus total cost, then you are going to fetch the profit. But here the area, the size of the rectangular, if you consider, you can see that this rectangular is larger than this rectangular. Can you make profits with this? No, right? So if a company wants to make a profit, so then the market price should be higher. This market price should be here, somewhere here. If this is the condition, then you can see that the average cost is here. Now you can see that your total revenue, okay? I'm just talking about how this is true, okay? If the price is at this point, this level, then you can see that here, you can see that the market price is higher than the average cost. Now if you consider your total revenue, then the total revenue will be this entire area, and your total cost will be this, right? Now you can see that the total revenue is larger than the total cost, then automatically this area is going to the profit for the firm. So this is how we understand the third condition, first case in the short term. So if this condition is satisfied, then the company is going to make, or the firm is going to make the profit. If this is not the case, then company is not making its profits. So in the next class we will understand more on the second case of the third condition. See you all in the next class.